Hi and welcome to our website. My name's Charles Delastic. I'm the Managing Director of Bluebond Tax Planning. I've been an inheritance tax specialist for more than 18 years, and this video is around an introduction to what our IHT Solutions Webinar is all about and effectively why you should attend. So the first and most important thing is that our belief system says that really people should understand their options in some detail before making decisions on their wealth. Because when we deal with inheritance tax, pretty much we're dealing with a person's entire lifetime wealth. So I believe it's really important to understand all the options and from the options make the decisions. So today's webinar goes some way to getting us into that mechanism. And in some ways, I believe it's better than a 30-minute one-to-one consultation, because very simply, you get the benefits of other people's questions. And in the research phase, that's quite essential, I believe. Okay, so unlike most webinars, ours is not about the basics of inheritance tax. Now, we provide a free ebook. And in that ebook there are links to some of the videos on our website in an organized manner. So if you've done no research at all into inheritance tax, I strongly suggest you download that free ebook first and read that before attending this webinar, because otherwise you won't understand what it is we're talking about. So the focus on the webinar is answering questions for attendees. So it's not focused on the presentation, it's focused on answering questions. And the main questions relate around the 5 most popular solutions to inheritance tax. So how do you actually go about resolving an inheritance tax problem? So it's the legal side, it's the financial planning side, investments into trust, that kind of thing, but also, if required, the tax planning side with relations to properties into trust and that kind of stuff. So these 5 solutions must be tailor-made, but with a mix of those 5 solutions, that probably fixes the problem for 95% of people. Now what we're going to do is, once you book, we will send you 5 videos to watch in advance of the webinar. Now, it's important that you watch those videos. If you've already seen them on our website, great. It still wouldn't hurt to probably refresh. And as you're watching the videos, make notes of questions that come up for you, and then you can pre-submit those questions to us during the webinar. Now, when you attend the webinar, as I said, the point is answering questions. So if you've got questions that are not related to the 5 solutions, more than happy to answer those. What I can't do is to say you should do this or you should do that. We wouldn't be giving anybody individual advice anyway. We're just saying these are how the solutions work, and we can put these solutions together for you to help you achieve your goals. Now, during the webinar, I will concentrate on explaining the answers to all the pre-submitted questions. So again, once you've booked, we'll provide you with a special email address which you send those questions to. We will organize them in a manner that suits the presentation, and therefore be able to answer pretty much every question that is put. Now, because the webinar is held weekly, we don't tend to have huge numbers on it, and therefore we should be able to answer people's questions almost on an individual basis. Now, during the webinar, other questions will come up, so I will attempt to answer those. So if a question comes up while I'm speaking on a subject, I think it's a short answer, I'll cover it there and then, but otherwise I will retain questions that are held for the webinar towards the end, because that makes sure we get through the entire thing. I'll also explain during the webinar how we work with clients, the potential fees and charges that would be due if somebody decided to proceed with us. But as I say, the main benefit of this hour is hearing the answers to other people's questions. Now, after the webinar, if you feel that you've still got things that hasn't been resolved for you, then you can book a one-to-one meeting at a small fee, which is stipulated on our website, and that would be an hour's one-to-one personal meeting. Unfortunately, because we've had so many people book our free one-to-one meetings, we've now had to go to the webinars. But I still believe that getting the answers to other people's questions is a benefit. So I think the way you should do it is to watch our videos, attend the webinar, put in all your questions before the webinar. We'll answer them all, and then you can decide if you want to move forward to either book a one-to-one meeting or go straight to working with us. So that's what the webinar is all about. My main thing is that I promise that you will understand a lot more about inheritance tax and how to solve your IHT problem by the end of the webinar. That's the purpose of it, and I look forward to talking to you at that time. Thanks, and bye for now.